everyone, welcome back to another powerful episode of Pleasure Principles, the podcast where we explore the intersections of sexuality, self expression, and unapologetic joy. I'm your host Avik, and today we are diving deep into a topic that's often whispered about, joked about, or hidden behind the closed doors, but rarely talked about with honesty and clarity. So, dear listeners, today's guest is someone who's not just talking about it, but he is changing the lives through it. So, please meet Dan Salas. So, welcome to the show, Dan.
Thanks for having me on.
Amazing.
My
So, dear
pleasure.
listeners, as you know, every day I introduce you with one of the lovely guests, and today I'd love to introduce you with Dan. So, Dan is the CEO of Surgery Life Enhancement, a pioneering clinic specializing in male enhancement procedures, including PMMA dermal filters for penile girth enhancement. So, with over 30 years in the field, he brings both technical expertise and heartfelt passion to a subject that, frankly, a lot of men feel too ashamed or too shy to even ask about. So today we are bringing it into the light and with respect, curiosity, and just a dash of boldness. So, not taking much of your time, dear listeners. Let's get started. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Amazing. So, Dan, you have been involved in the male enhancement space for over 3 decades. Um, so, what, according to you, originally drew you into this world of uh, male enhancement, and uh, what keeps you passionate about it?
Okay, well, what keeps my passion going is
Yeah.
I want to clarify something. I started off as a patient. I remember when I was about 11, 12, 13 years old when everybody starts uh, having thoughts of, you're experiencing puberty, you're developing, your body's changing, you're going through uh, the process of puberty. And I remember having thoughts then, like I thought I was under I understood that when I got to 13, 14, my penis was going to be bigger because I was born very small. Uh, to give you an exact number, I think I was about 5 inches at the most. At the most. And so when I hit puberty and I turned 16, 17, 18, 19, and my penis was still the same size when I was 12 years old, it was traumatizing. And it was something that I thought about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was always on my mind. And it was very stressful, very, it was, consumed me. It consumed my every thought, and I thought there was something wrong with me, and, I felt very guilty, I had a lot of shame, and it, dictated all the decisions I made in my life. Uh, I didn't join the military because I know that people would have seen me nude, so it robbed
Mm,
me of that experience. So, I'm just kinda giving you an insight of what was going on in my mind and thinking I'm the only one on the in the planet that felt this way. So at 24 years old, I found a clinic here in Southern California. I'm from Southern California, Los Angeles, and I had my first procedure at the age of 24. I'm 55 now, so it's been 31 years that I've been involved in the male enhancement industry. I started as a patient and I still continue uh, uh, drawing from my experience from when I was young and wanted to have uh, surgery to change that part of my body.
mm,
It started right there. So when I talk to patients today, I let them know I was once in your shoes. Now I'm helping people achieve the goals that I was able to achieve.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm. And apart from this, like, was there a moment, or maybe the personal moment, I'd say, yeah, that made you realize that uh, just how much this work could impact someone's life?
Well, uh, your the confidence. Uh,
Mhm.
I've mentioned before that it consumed me. I would wake up in the morning and it was the first thing I thought about, and before I went to bed, it was the last thing that was on my mind. So when I finally achieved my goals and uh, changed my size to where it is today, I no longer I stopped uh, obsessing over it. So it changes your it changes your life in terms of you no longer are consumed with these obsessive thoughts about penis size. I felt I guess it's a feeling of feeling complete. I felt okay, I'm complete. I feel like this is exactly where what I've always wanted my entire life. Then I started focusing on other things and it it changed my whole way. I changed my life. I was no longer thinking about enlarging my penis. I actually did it, and once I had the procedure, I was able to focus on life without being feeling depressed or shame of
Mm.
my size over my size. That's
Exactly.
it changes your life. If that's how you feel and it's something that is so important and you finally achieve that goal or you
Yeah.
finally get to the point where you are, happy, it changes
Mhm.
your whole mindset is completely different. That's all.
Mm.
I don't know how any other way to explain it.
No, definitely. That's definitely. I mean, the confidence, embodiment, self worth. Exactly, and uh, that speaks volumes for sure. So,
Yeah. Thank
uh,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean, this is definitely clear more than uh, just the cosmetic. I mean, it's all about reclaiming the identity and rewriting the narratives. So that's thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, and also, if I talk about like the PMMA, like a term that many listeners may not be familiar with, um, so if you can, for them, like if you can just simplify in brief, like what PMMA is and how does it work in the context of benign enhancement.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it in lay terms because that's the way it was explained to me. I understood there were fillers, right?
Mhm.
There's hyaluronic acid, and at one time there was they were using your own fat from your body and injecting it into your penis, which is a
Okay.
form of a filler. The difference with PMMA is it has what's called microspheres. There are
Mhm.
these tiny little medical spheres, tablets that are microscopic. You cannot see them.
Okay.
It's impregnated or it's in the filler itself. So the filler, once it's injected into the penis, your body recognizes the microspheres, these little tiny they're little tiny plastic microscopic little beads, balls. So let's say this is the microsphere that's in the
Mhm.
filler. So your body doesn't reject it because it doesn't it's no harm to your body. It doesn't harm your body and your body does not reject it, but it will encompass it. It's called capsular contracture, which means your body the tissue in your
mm,
penis will wrap around it, creating like a placenta or some type of cocoon around those spheres. And so the PMMA is the only filler that tricks your body into creating connective tissue.
mm,
So when the PMMA is injected into the penis,
mm,
the your body encapsulates these microspheres, and there's millions of them in there. Again, they're microscopic. You cannot see them with the naked eye. You'd have to look at the filler under a microscope. But if you did, you would see the microspheres, and when injected into the body will encapsulate it.
mm.
Does am I Is that clear, or do you need me to uh I don't know, explain it
Well,
in another sense, another form?
no, that's fine. Definitely, that's totally fine. Yep.
So
And
yeah, it
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. Please confirm. Yeah.
So yeah, so it like when women have breast enhancement,
Mm,
the doctor will advise or men or women who
mm,
have breast enhancement, and they strongly recommend that you come back every 5 to 10 years to remove
great.
the implant, because what happens is you develop capsular contraption, capsular contracture, which is almost like a placenta. So the doctor removes the breast implant, removes the placenta of the tissue that surrounded the implant, and removes that and puts in a new breast implant. So it's just like that, but on a microscopic scale. Does that make any sense? So
Mm,
that's why uh, the the body grows new connective tissue using PMMA. It's the only filler that I know that has that effect on the body. And by the way, you can inject it anywhere, but we specialize in injecting it in the penis.
makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. And how does it compare? How does this compare to other procedures or maybe the methods out like the surgery, pumps, supplements? What do you have to say?
Well, the uh, you know, are you talking about like Viagra, erectile dysfunction,
Uh,
those type of things?
I mean, any method. Like, if you can just share, like, how do you how does this compare?
There's really no comparison. I uh, there are medications to help you with blood flow and erections, but to, uh, a pill or an injection to enlarge the penis, and I'm deep in. I mean, I've been doing this 30 years, over 30 years. If there's something out there that you can take orally uh, with a pill or some type of injection, I would like to know, but I have never seen anything that works in terms of taking a pill or a supplement. Uh, and I'm talking permanent, long term gains. I had my procedure, and it's
Mhm,
been years, and my penis hasn't changed. Uh,
mhm.
so I no, I don't know of any pill or medication that you can take that will permanently increase the size of your penis. Only blood flow, which is not the same as connective tissue.
Exactly. Yeah. Understood.
Yeah.
And definitely, thank you so much for demystifying that. And I think like so many men who still associate enhancement with either the gimmicks or maybe the scary surgery. This is a whole new world of informed and the intentional choices, I'd say. So, yeah. And also, you have worked with thousands of clients. So, what according to you are some of the most common myths or maybe the misconceptions, I would say, like men have when it comes to the size or the enhancements?
Well, you know what I've from my experience, most men are average. Most men, a lot of, and if you're average and you're not uh, happy with being average, then that's why people elect to have surgical intervention. But there are many men that don't that are average that
Mm,
they don't think about it and it's not a problem or an issue. But
mm,
I'm only speaking to the men that uh, w- have an issue or are ashamed that they're the size, whatever size that you were born with,
mhm,
it it it's all in here. So if you don't feel that your penis is the size that you feel it,
mm,
that you want it to be, then there's 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 options out there for you to
mm,
enhance yourself. And my goal at this point, I'm 55 years old now, and at this point in my life, I really just want to encourage men that feel this way. The ones that don't mind being the size they are, I'm not speaking to them. I'm only speaking to the men that feel the way I did, to do something about it. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Many
yeah,
millions and millions of men feel exactly the same way. I thought I was the only one when I was young. Come to find out, uh, millions of men feel this way, and you shouldn't be ashamed. And my goal is my motivation doing these podcasts is to say it's okay. There's so many options out there now that you can take advantage of this. Don't live like this for the rest of your life, obsessing, feeling ashamed, hiding the size of your penis. I mean, it's 2025. The world and the society has changed, and there are so many options now for men to move forward with changing their lives. Because when you feel this way, it is a life changing experience when you have male male enhancement procedures.
wow.
So I'm not promoting our clinic. I'm not saying come to me. I'm gonna make no.
Mm,
There are other clinics out there that offer good. They're good doctors. There are good clinics all over United States, all over the world.
mm.
Take advantage. The world is, yeah. That's that's my motivation by doing these podcasts.
Well, that's a very great, very great initiative, I would say. I mean, that's really powerful, and so much of our identity, especially for men, is tied to the performance, comparison, or the silence as well. So, definitely, it invites openness, even healing as well. So,
Yes.
exactly. And one more thing, which I feel we should also be talking about, like, how do these cultural or maybe the internalized beliefs affect a man's confidence, relationship, or even uh, his sense of masculinity? What do you have to say on this?
Um. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand the question, but I think I
Mm,
I let me answer the question that I think you're asking me.
okay.
Uh, what happens is when in terms of sexuality and feeling like you are the man you've always wanted to be, especially their penis size.
Mm,
Before, okay, I'm gonna speak from personal experience. Okay, before, as I'm walking into the bedroom and I know there's a possibility that I'm going to have sexual intercourse with somebody prior to changing the size of my penis. I was stressed. I was nervous. I was scared to show my penis. And these are not the thoughts you want to have before going and experiencing, having sex. Uh,
Mm,
and so after you change your body, change your penis, and you feel a sense of like you're complete, you have the size
yeah.
that you've always wanted, you look forward to going into the bedroom. You look forward to having uh, sex, or even masturbation, or even just looking in the mirror, or the clothes you buy. You
Mm,
don't you have that confidence that I can I'm not ashamed of my penis. And that applies in all aspects of life. The clothes you wear, the if you are intimate with somebody, you don't you're those thoughts that you had before when you were ashamed of your sides are no longer there. You're able to move forward and enjoy life. It's
mm,
like I said, it does change your whole mindset.
yeah.
I, I hope that explains. Uh, I'm speaking from a patient's perspective, not as a businessman, as somebody that has been there, and I understand how people feel, guys feel about
Yeah.
size. So
No, that's definitely true. You have mentioned correctly. One side which I was just trying to understand from you, I mean your perspective also, like as we discuss about the common myths or the misconceptions, right? So from that angle, like, do you believe some there are some effect on from the cultural or the internalized belief side as well from the society or the culture?
well, I the culture here in United States, I can only speak from my experience here in the United States, is the culture is where in terms of male enhancement and uh, enlarging yourself, we're still 30. I said I've been involved in male enhancement for 30 years.
Yeah.
The 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 culture is still back. We're still stuck in the past. We haven't evolved in accepting that a man wants to change his body. Uh, where women, for example, if a woman is going to have breast augmentation,
Uh,
they tell their friends, they tell their family members, even people go to them to the surgical center and have it. Where men, it's a secret. Why?
mm,
Because society, our culture, still makes makes fun of us. They tease you, they they shame you, and it's not something you can go to work and say, "Hey, next month I'm scheduled to have excuse me, male enhancement surgery." You're going to be the laughing stock of the cup. You're Every day you're going to come to work and everybody's going to make fun of you, or friends, or whoever. It's almost like we've accepted everything else. A man that says, I feel like I was born in the wrong body, and I'm a I feel like I want to live the rest of my life as a woman. People respect that, right? 30 years ago, I would have thought, well, that's I wouldn't imagine that we would come to a point in society, in our culture, where someone can say, "I'm a woman in a man's body," or "I'm a man in a woman's." Do you understand what I mean? But male enhancement is still frowned on. People make fun of you. People shame you, and that is frustrating because why should why should we not receive the same respect that other people receive for doing other, for feeling the same thing about their body? Uh, I'm doing what I can to move it forward, bring it out of the dark into the light, and say it's okay to to feel that way and to find a solution.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah. And like I'd like to say this, that we often hear about women's sexual wellness becoming more mainstream, right? Um, but do you think that the male enhancement and the men's sexual confidence are finally catching up? I mean, what do you say?
it is it is improving. I don't feel it's where I would like it to be, where it's more mainstream like other procedures, but it's slowly but surely coming along. Uh, I've noticed a lot, many more doctors offering
Yeah.
this service or this procedure, and yeah, it's totally changed from back in the '90s and early 2000s. There's a lot more options, and I feel that more as we just need more exposure, and that's 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 what I'm doing, and uh how do I say this? I support a- anybody that's helping men uh,
Yeah.
with this issue.
I mean, definitely, it's really a kind of wake up call, I would say, definitely. And we cannot, I mean, uh, talk about equality without addressing like how men are also denied safe spaces for both growth and the healing as well. So definitely, it's both, definitely. And what would need to change I mean, according to you, like, what do you think, like, what would need to change culturally, medically, socially, for the male sexual health to be treated with equal depth?
Well, platforms like yours,
Yeah.
pla- uh, uh, right now, I think, well, as you know,
Hmm.
for example, there's people in government, people that are running for president go on podcasts. Why? Because that's the new platform.
Yeah.
And so I think that we need to take advantage of these platforms to spread the word that hey, there there's a lot, like I mentioned earlier, there's so many more opportunities
Mm.
and options for you to change your body. Um,
Yeah.
but it's just I I'm how do I say this? Uh, I wish I'm encouraging anybody out there that feels the same way. If you have the courage to go on like a platform like yours and say it's okay, I think a lot more men will eventually become more mainstream and catch up with the other plastic surgeries that are offered for men that or women that wanted,
Mm.
to have something done to change their bodies. We just need more people, more what I do is I try to uh, go on any show or any radio, television, podcasts, interviews to spread the word that it is okay and to, that there's support out there for you. You're not alone, and so I I don't know any other way to do it but other than going public and saying, lean on me if you don't want to be public or you don't want anybody to know that you had something done, then lean on me or lean on someone like me that
Yeah.
is not ashamed to speak out on behalf of the rest of the public. and hopefully before I die, this is more of a mainstream, just like just like breast augmentation.
Hmm. Agree. Agree. Definitely. I totally agree with you. And
Yeah.
before we wrap, what advice would you give to a man who is listening right now or who is curious, maybe even intrigued, but still very hesitant to take that first step? So, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I don't know the protocol with other clinics or uh, doctors, but I would say, just gosh, just what can give me a call, I
Mm,
or like for example, someone like myself, I talk to people that are interested in the procedure
mm,
and never come to our clinic. Don't do not choose us as their clinic. But I think that we need more people to support men that are in the closet, so to speak, or hiding because of the shame that you feel that society puts on us for feeling the way we do. It's just spreading the word and encouraging men to come out of the shadows and move forward. I I I hope that I don't know if that answers your question, but that's what I'm trying to do. I've been doing this 30 years, and
mm,
I'm just trying to encourage others to no longer feel that way, to feel negative or feel shame, and look at it as a positive that the society is changing now, and yeah, I'm just trying to help as many men as I can. I don't know anybody else. To be honest with you, look, I'm a patient turned owner. I'm not a doctor. A lot of people think I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm a patient that
mm,
started a company or a clinic that offers this service. So I'm hoping that more men that have this procedure will open up either a platform like yourself or even uh, a clinic and I'll offer this to men that feel this way. Does that I don't know if that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can
Oh,
because there's not a lot of information out there. So that's why I mentioned.
agree, agree, totally agree. Yeah. And I mean, definitely. Thank you so much for making it so approachable, Dan. And you are opening the doors, literally and metaphorically, I say, because uh, for a lot of men to step into their full power. So that's really amazing. And for all the listeners, this episode wasn't just about the enhancement. It's also about it was about the personal permission, the right to change, to feel good, to love yourself, and to ask questions about without any shame. So, whether it's your body, your pleasure, or your confidence, you deserve to feel whole and not hidden. So, if something we said today sparked curiosity or made you think twice about like how you view your own pleasure or self-worth, then don't brush it off. Lean in, ask more, and please to explore. And then before we move, like if someone wants to connect with you, what will be the best medium to connect?
Well, I I can I can provide you with my information, and if you can post it on the comments, but
Yeah.
you can go on surgerylifeenhancement.com.
Mhm.
At surgerylifeenhancement.com. That's my website. You can go on there. We have a forum. We have a bunch of information, videos. I have videos of me uh, performing, assisting in surgery, uh,
Mhm.
and we have. videos, pictures of us using non-surgical options as well. There's,
Okay.
I'm not sure if you are aware that a lot of these devices, people think of penis pumps. There's equipment. There's now it just like the cell phone has advanced, so has the technology in terms of male enhancement. So there's also devices out there that are that work and they give temporary results, but at least it's at least you get a window into what you would look like if you did have surgery. And so, uh, yeah, that's those are the two that I strongly recommend. Uh, you know, if you want to enhance yourself. But no, but notice I'm not. You asked me about my website, and I gave that. But my motivation is to help change the way society views this, the way men feel about the size of their penis. I'm that's really why I'm doing this. Not so much to sell our clinic. Obviously, we would like for you to come to us, but it's more to help support men that feel the way I did, and most of us do. Millions of men feel this way. So I'm that's my motive. That's my motivation by coming on this podcast.
Definitely, definitely. Lovely. So, dear listeners, what I'll do, I'll put all the details and the links into the show notes for your easy reference. And also, like, do not forget to follow and share this episode if it made you think, squirm, or sigh in relief, because chances are someone else needs to hear it too as well. So, with that
Yes.
hope until next time, yeah, you're saying something. Yeah, please.
No, I'm hoping. Look, I'm talking to
Hmm.
the listeners,
Yeah.
guys. If you feel the way I felt, please, there's do something. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. I thought there was something wrong with me. In fact, I was seeing a psychiatrist and a psychologist because I thought I was crazy for feeling this way. You're not crazy. It's okay to feel this way. If if women can change their part of their bodies that they're not happy with, why can't we? And we all know that men, I num, pretty much the number one thing we think about is the size of our penis. That's what we think about. And so go for it. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I did it. It changed my life. I encourage you to change yours. That's my message.
Perfect. Perfect. So, dear listeners, with this hope until next time, this is your host Avik reminding you your pleasure is not a luxury, it's a principle. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.